All right, guys, let's get started with this commentary today because I literally been waiting for MC Shakie to drop the T on this. Shout out to MC Shakie. I'm gonna make sure that I put his information in the description box. Make sure you guys check out his Cash App. You know, he could really use a lot of support right now with his situation that's going on. Now, I've been waiting on MC Shakie to drop some tea because he knows a lot of the tea that's going on with Tiny and T.I. All right. He made some explosive puzzle piecing in this video that I'm about to show you. Now, if you've been following my channel for quite some time, you know that I've been following the Tiny and T.I. allegations that was started back in 2021 of February and March with the attorney Tyrone Blackburn. Okay, we did a deep dive on Tiny and T.I. We did a deep dive on Sabrina Peterson, who basically was the one that was running the campaign. We even looked into Shakie. We have them all up in here. Make sure you check out those playlists. This is very interesting. Let's get started with this commentary. Shout out to MC Shakie. Let's go.
All right, y'all. How y'all doing? My name is Rodney MC Shakie Roussel. I am a blogger and a YouTuber and all that stuff from New Orleans, Louisiana. If it's your first time watching me, please like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. We're definitely getting into a situation that is near and dear to me. I am personally a victim of what the Harrises can do. I say the Harrises, and I'm talking about Clifford T.I. Harris, Annie Cotto Harris. Those two individuals I'm a victim of. And in another video, I'll show how they exasperated my own legal situation. I'm actually on my way to federal prison that I'm serving a 70-month sentence on, and my situation was definitely inflamed by the Harrises. All right, so in today's video, I'm going to prove to you how I have evidence of Clifford T.I. Harris giving information on Jeffrey Williams and Sergio Kitchens. Both of those are Young Thug and Gunna. And people on the internet are speculating that he has something to do with it, but I know he has something to do with it, number one. Number two, I know, and the motive isn't him trying to clean up the community. The motive isn't him trying to clean up. That's not the motive. The motive is to save himself from a federal indictment. And I'm going to get into that and show you how I know it. But before I do that, I just want to backtrack on who I am real quickly. I met Tiny a while ago. During the situation, I don't know, it was a while ago, it was a couple years ago, went through a mutual friend of mine named Shakie, Joe Anderson. That's how I met and was introduced to Tiny. I was working with Shakie on a reality show. Tiny came in as supposed to be like just a little silent partner, and eventually basically derailed our show. It is the show that the Bad Boys clubs and stuff like that was kind of based and structured off of. Our show never got to culmination because of Tiny's and T.I.'s speculations of sexual assault and victimization. All right, so with that, without further ado, I'm gonna just get right into it. All right, so there is a colorful history between myself and Tiny. You can go ahead and Google that or YouTube that if you want to. I'm not gonna get into all that and the goings on. I'm gonna jump right into it. All right, so this guy right here, who I'm about to show y'all, his name is Tyrone Blackburn. Now, if y'all have heard his name before, he is a celebrity attorney from New York. He's one of the people that was involved in the suing of um, Tiny and T.I., amongst other celebrity people. I got introduced to Tyrone Blackburn because he came into my DMs, and I will pick it up on January 26th, 2022. And it just basically says, good afternoon, MC Shakie. I hope this finds you well. My name is Tyrone Blackburn. I'm an attorney representing several women who have accused Clifford Harris, Tamika Harris, is drugging and R-wording them. I was given some of your recent interviews, and I would like to chat with you about them. There's a lot happening behind the scenes surrounding the investigation of the Harrises, and I believe that you and your guests may be able to help. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Have a blessed day. I hearted it and asked him for his number, right?
Let's look at that message because we have talked about Tyrone Blackburn in his investigation of this situation, okay, in more than one occasion. Let me see if I can read that message a little bit better for me on my end. Basically says that this is from Tyrone Blackburn. He says, "Good afternoon, Mr. Shakie. I hope this finds you doing well. My name is Tyrone Blackburn, and I'm an attorney representing several women who have accused Clifford Harris and Tamika Harris is drugging and raping them. And this is drugging and raping them. I was given some of your recent interviews, and I would like to chat with you about them. There's a lot happening behind the scenes surrounding the investigation of the Harrises, and I believe that you and your guests may be able to help. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Have a blessed day. All right, let's see what else Shakie tells us. Let's go.
So January 26th. I was already indicted at that time. So that's what I was doing. So that's him. And basically, of course, y'all know me. I crossed my T's and dot the I's. I actually recorded the conversation, so I'm gonna bring that up right now. Let me pull it up real quick.
Shout out to MC Shakie. Shakie brings the exclusive. He is always always ready for this. This is interesting. Keep watching, guys.
And show y'all. And I recorded the conversation. Of course, I did. So I just want to show y'all. This is from my iCloud, real quick, and it is actually showing the date of January 27th. So, which is basically the next day. I talked to him the next day.
If I'm not the counsel for for Sabrina and her case against Shekinah, it'll be someone else. You get what I'm saying, right?
Gotcha.
My main focus is really making sure that that law enforcement has the ability to speak to individuals that can shed light on the culture.
So the lawyer is saying that his main focus is to make sure that law enforcement has the ability to speak to people who can shed light on the culture of what goes on in T.I. and Tiny Home.
And or the patterns and practices that have occurred within Harris's home. But I'll be quite honest with you, I don't think Shekinah has much to worry about.
Okay, so he thinks Shekinah ain't got much to worry about, but pay attention. He does say specifically that his focus is to make sure that what goes on in T.I. and Tiny Home, the putting them in the basement and tying them up and the young girls, all this stuff is known by law enforcement. All right. So this is
Yo, wow. So you guys remember again, reminder, there are no criminal charges against Tiny and Ti at this moment, or these allegations that came out. Jesus Christ, I think it was like it was one of the first coverages and deep dives that I did on my channel. It had to have been the year 2021, earlier in the year. I want to say like March, February, when Tyrone Blackburn was doing a press conference. Now let me be straight here, okay? Here is the issue that I have with Tyrone Blackburn. You know, young attorney that's really trying to make a name for himself by going after the big celebrity period, right? He's, in my opinion, he is not very well experienced in the industry, and not to say that I'm any better, by observation. I mean, if you guys remember when these allegations came out, he was doing a press conference about these allegations and talking about how he was going to make sure that these DAs from the various counties that he's saying that these women were trafficked from in a bus tour, that there would be charges pursued. And so my biggest thing is that he went out on a campaign tour with this versus really respecting the victims. Not only that, he then went on various lives with Sabrina Peterson, who we know doesn't have the best track record in the ATL. We know that. And started also spewing some lies. So they were having like come to Jesus moments with this attorney, Sabrina Peterson, and the alleged victims, divulging a bunch of information that it allowed a lot of other people to hear it. And so then a lot of rumors started spewing. Like there's a matter of safety, there's a matter of like client privilege issues there if you're going to represent someone. So for me personally, I do feel like Tyrone Blackburn does a bigger disservice to the clients than a service to them. Now I know he's also representing, I believe, Jennifer from the Nicki Minaj, Kenneth Petty situation. And when I sit back, and I had actually told somebody close to, I said, she should have gotten a different attorney. That something about that situation just doesn't seem right when Tyrone Blackburn touches it because he's so inexperienced. There's another attorney too that was quote unquote representing these victims from Tiny and Ti that suddenly we have not heard back from her anymore. And this is one of the all reds. You know, that all red lady, doesn't let go of any cases unless she knows she doesn't have a case. She will go after any celebrity, any designer. I think it was what, Marciano, Guess, the Guess Marciano brand that she was going after, and she was able to um, collect monies for it. Like, this is huge. So for me, it's like Tyrone Blackburn, and no offense to the guy, but he's kind of like this reach for the stars attorney, and he never does because of the way that he moves. He does not move in silent. You're reaching out to bloggers, right? And so that's the other thing is, we didn't know. For me, I didn't know that he was still pursuing this criminally up until Mr. Shakie comes here. Shout out to Mr. Shakie, and he gives us the tea. And so then this is what I'm talking about. You do a bigger disservice to the victims. You don't know how to represent them in silence and how to move. Hire yourself some investigators to do this kind of work. Or hire yourself a blogger to do this poking and prodding. Like, that's what you need to do. What anyways, let me stop with my soapbox here.
In January. I want to just let y'all hear that one time.
Sabrina and her case
What he says
against
is the attorney.
Shekinah, it'll be someone else. You get what I'm saying, right?
Gotcha.
My main focus is really making sure that that law enforcement has the ability to speak to individuals that can shed light on the culture and or the patterns and practices that have occurred within the Harris's home.
Okay, stop right there. Now, that's what the lawyer says. So my focus though is my friend, and I want to make sure that my friend was okay, which is Shakan, and I wanted to see if you could get off of her case because she ain't got nothing to do with it. All right. So sometime later, I get a text from him. We were talking actually about some stuff. We actually meet in Georgia for some stuff unrelated. I was actually trying to sue the Harrises myself, which I'm still going on with, but I can't talk about that much right now. So we meet in Georgia. Let me take this off so you can see the date. So the date is Thursday, May 12th. He hits me up and then gives me the address or something. And he says, "Good afternoon, Mr. MC Shakie. This is Tyrone Blackburn. I'm here with Special Agent Buffalo with Department of Homeland Security. And I was wondering if it would be okay to give him your number to discuss the Harris's criminal charges." So this lawyer is serious. Now, pay attention to the date. The date has something to do with it because I'm going to tell you something. May 12th. May 12th is when he does that. I want to show you this as well real quickly. All right. So, all right, it says, "Good afternoon, Mr. Russo. This is Special Agent Buffalo with the Homeland Security Investigations. I was told that you were interested in speaking with us. Please let us know when there's a convenient for you and we can hop on a call. Thank you." I said, "Was your availability? How about today at 4:30? I said, "I'm sorry, just got this. I'll be free anytime tomorrow." I ghosted him, of course, since he's a federal agent. I did confirm that he was a special agent by looking at this, which I,
And as I'm sitting here watching this with just thinking, right, this tells me that clearly the criminal investigation was never, it's still ongoing. Uh, it sounds like they're just not, like Tyrone Blackburn, I haven't heard him anymore talk about the situation whatsoever, at all. And now I'm a little concerned for MC Shakie because, he's facing time behind bars, right? He's facing time. And I would hate for his own safety to be compromised over this situation. We'll keep him in our prayers and stuff, but still, like we just, this is a lot. And I really hope that he does receive some, I'm just worried about his safety. That's all.
oh, I work hard, my bad. I did by looking at this, which is the Zoom info file for Antonio Buffalo. He was the criminal investigator for the Department of Homeland Security, and that was confirmed. All right, so there was an investigation with Homeland Security, which investigates human trafficking, the R word, taking young girls from state line, cross state line, kidnapping, putting them, tying them up, things like that. This is all what the accusations against Ti were, and he was under investigation. So I asked y'all to pay attention to the date, May 12th. So May 12th is the Thursday following the Monday to which the YSL, all of the RICO indictments came down. It happened the same week. And I was being courted by the federal government, the Department of Homeland Security, for information on interviews that I had done with people that had formerly worked in their home.
Oh my God. Okay, keep going. Keep going, Shakie.
So let's just add one more piece to the pie. And the reason why I had to hold up on this video and edit it yesterday, just yesterday, Ti received an award. Okay.
He's saying just yesterday. So this is dropped on YouTube on his channel. Make sure you guys check it out so you guys can see the whole thing. I mean, the whole thing is about 14 minutes and 48 seconds. But if you want to see about, just straight without my commentary, check out his channel. Yesterday was August 12th. Today's the 13th. Okay, let's keep going. Go ahead. Let's go.
From the president of the United States, right? Literally getting awards from the Georgia Secretary of State, the federal government, even so much as the president and vice president. Mind you, this is someone who recently was accused of a multitude of sexual allegations, and all encompassing YSL's RICO involvement. Now, people are saying he did this to clean up the community. No. Ti, understand, them people used to rent his studio. He owned the studio where they recorded at, and they were renting it from them. And also, you have to understand, Ti has his pulse. He has a cusp of the streets of Atlanta. I witnessed this myself, just going around with Tiny and see how still close to people in the hood they are, and how you're supposed to be Tiny, Miss Mamas, and everything, and you can walk around in the hood like ain't nothing happening. That means you're still in the pulse of the hood. That means you still into the. That means you still have your hand and grasp on what's going on in the hood. What happens is he have people that's around these young rappers, telling them what these young rappers are doing, and he is introducing. He's playing segue between the people that he have watching these young rappers that are in the hood and the federal government. So while he might not be actively ratting himself, he's making the connections between the people that want to be rats, or the people that need to be rats, or the people that know what's going on, and the people that can effectuate change, like the district attorney of Georgia, the federal prosecutor, federal U.S. attorney. And he just got an award from the feds after these sexual allegations just magically disappear. He never put those connections together for wanting to clean up the community, no, he put those connections together to get the Department of Homeland Security off of his back. Now, I would love to play for you the recording between myself and the prosecutor, Antonio Boflo, but according to my attorney, that would be a very bad idea, especially since I'm trying to stay in prison the least amount of time possible, not the most.
Oh no, Shakie, can you give us the transcript? Can you drop the T on that one? We all want to know. The people want to know. We want to know. I've been following this for for quite some time now. Let us know, Shakie. Let us know. I've been dying to hear this.
Because even though Louisiana is a one-party state, and I can record like the attorney, or if I have like a personal party, a special agent with the Department of Homeland Security is a different monster altogether. But I will say, right now, currently, there is no longer a criminal investigation against Ti and Tiny, even after all their lawsuits and civil stuff still going on. But as far as the criminal allegations, they magically disappear right around the time in May, or right around the time the entire YSL and all those boys got their RICO indictment.
Oh wow! Okay,
I'm just saying. And then a few weeks later, here comes Ti getting a medal from the president after magically disappearing sexual abuse allegations. make it make sense. And I'm just saying what it is. So
Oh
that's
my
how I
God.
know, without a shadow of doubt in my mind, that not only is Ti is not ratting, he's really facilitating ratting. He's actually the rat middleman. He's the snitch middleman. And I can say that because I don't have a 5K1 on my paperwork at all. I mean, and I'm, whatever. That's what's happening. And that's the proof that y'all need right there. I was right in the cusp of what was going on because of my own involvement with it when interviewing the people that worked in their house. Very soon I will be releasing the entirety of the video between their old friends, Kitty and Gabe. I've got to release the whole thing so y'all can hear exactly what was going on in their house. I have interviewed several people that have been in their house and know what's going on.
What do you guys think in the comments? Do you guys think that Ti cut a deal or made a deal to get YSL? Um, Now he's receiving an award. I mean, I'm curious. Shakie, I feel like Shakie's dropping us a lot of information right here. I'm gonna pull the article here in a little bit from YSL, everything that we need to know about those charges, and then we'll go through them. But let's go.
And some of that stuff, it's like it will make you sick to your stomach, to be honest with you. And magically, all this stuff disappears. These are the same people that was talking to the to the prosecutors about them, and magically disappears. Magically, he get So while he might not be actively providing information, he's telling the feds who has the information that they're looking for. That's what he's doing, and he's doing it to save himself from the indictment that he was facing for those sexual allegations. Y'all, right now, currently, if y'all watching this, more than likely, I might be in jail or I'm at least on my way to going. Please, y'all, if y'all can support my Cash App is free MC Shakie. Uh, go to freemcshakie.com, buy a T-shirt, watch a YouTube video, like, share, and subscribe. These videos don't get monetized because of what the subject matter is. If you go watch another video, it would definitely help me with the algorithm. Please hit a like and subscribe. I'm bringing y'all straight, exclusive, undisputed information. So thank y'all very much, and I'll talk to y'all on the other side.
You guys, please go support Shakie. Go drop some love in his DMs. Go support his Cash App. Check out his website. Watch his videos. I mean, Shakie is providing us a lot of information that we didn't even know. So now it makes sense. And it sounds like Tyrone Blackburn hasn't quite given up on Tiny and Ti in that case. He's still coming after them. He has not given up, working with Homeland Security, trying to get some charges. I mean, I don't know, man. Let's look at this article that I found about the YSL RICO case. So this is coming straight from the Vulture website. Everything we need to know about YSL's RICO case. Okay. On June 12th, Young Thug made a plea from jail. 56-count RICO case against Thug, Gunna, and 26 members of his Young Stoner Life collectives. So there's an 88-page grand jury indictment which characterizes YSL as Young Slime Life as a criminal street gang, and alleges that 182 instances of collective participating in gang activity, criminal conspiracies, citing lyrics, social media posts, and clothing or accessories. Shake is saying that all of this is tying to Tiny and Ti. Here's everything you need to know about the case as things are developing. Who is involved? Young Thug and 27 other associates as members of the criminal street gang YSL. Young Slime Life. Prosecution claims that YSL has affiliations with the National Bloods gang, and some association also claimed Blood subset gang Sex Money Murder or 30 Deep. The rapper founded record label Young Stoner Life in 2016 as an imprint of 300 Entertainment. So Fannie Willis is the district attorney overseeing the case. She's a Democrat known for investigating whether the former President Trump and his team engaged in election fraud in Georgia. It does not matter, she says, what your notoriety is or what your fame is. If you come to Fulton County, Georgia, you commit crimes, and certainly if those crimes are in furtherance of street gang, then you're going to become a target and a focus of this district attorney's office. And we're going to prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law. Ooh, and that was said back in on May 10th at a press conference. She also has reason to believe that gangs are committing conservatively 75 to 80% of all violent crimes that are being seen in the community. It is said that in the 56-count indictment claims that YSL members were involved in murder, attempted murder, armed robbery, aggravated assault, with a deadly weapon, theft, drug dealing, carjacking, and witness intimidation. Now, what I want to find is what does this have to do with Tiny and T.I.? Wow. So, do you guys think that YSL victims, okay, allegedly, right, is somehow connected to Tiny and T.I. and those charges, that there's a connection? Or do you feel like Tyrone Blackburn, the Department of Homeland Security, is like overly trying to find something that's gonna stick? Like, I don't know where I land with this, guys, because last year I did have a conversation with somebody that was closely working with the Tiny and T.I. team, and hearing that information. The problem that I had then is because they put Sabrina Peterson at the forefront, if you guys remember, as being kind of like the face of the victims and taking the victims' information. She was running the Not Your Model Victim Instagram page, but just let's go back real quick to what MC said, because it's just very important information. Do you guys feel like there might actually be charges that are going to be put on Tiny and Ti over this? We've heard about corruption. We've heard about the Hollywood's ins and outs. We've heard about all this crazy ish that happens in the industry. I'm curious to know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments. Let me know.
Buffalo, he was the criminal investigator for the Department of Homeland Security, and that was confirmed. All right, so there was an investigation with Homeland Security, which investigates human trafficking, the R word, taking young girls from cross state line, uh, kidnapping, putting them, tying them up, things like that. This is all what the accusations against Ti were, and he was under investigation. So I asked y'all to pay attention to the date, May 12th. So May 12th is the Thursday following the Monday to which the YSL, all of the RICO indictments came down. It happened the same week. And I was being courted by the federal government, the Department of Homeland Security, for information on interviews that I had done with people that had formerly worked in their home. So let's just add one more piece to the pie. And the reason why I had to hold up on this video and edit it yesterday, just yesterday, T.I. received an award, okay, from the president of the United States, right? Literally, literally getting awards from the Georgia Secretary of State, the federal government, even so much as the president and vice president. Mind you, this is someone who recently was accused of a multitude of sexual allegations, and all encompassing YSL's RICO involvement. Now, people are saying he did this to clean up the community. No, 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 no. T.I., understand, them people used to rent his studio. He owned the studio where they recorded at, and they were renting it from him. And also, you have to understand, T.I. has his pulse. He has a cusp of the streets of Atlanta. I witnessed this myself, just going around with Tiny and seeing how still close to people in the hood they are, and how you supposed to be Tiny, Miss Mamas, and everything, and you can walk around in the hood like ain't nothing happening. That means you still in the pulse of the hood. That means you still that means you still have your hand and grasp on what's going on in the hood. What happens is he have people that's around these young rappers telling them what these young rappers are doing, and he is introducing, he's playing segue between the people that he have watching these young rappers that are in the hood and the federal government. So while he might not be actively ratting himself, he's making the connections between the people that want to be rats, or the people that need to be rats, or the people that know what's going on, and the people that can effectuate change, like the district attorney of Georgia, the federal prosecutor, federal U.S. attorney. And he just got an award from the feds after these sexual allegations just magically disappear. He never put those connections together for wanting to clean up the community, wanting to. No, he put those connections together to get the Department of Homeland Security off of his back. Now, I would love to play for you the recording between myself.
I just had to watch this a couple times. I had to watch it again because I wanted to understand what Shakie was saying here. And it all kind of, now that I'm, reviewing it again and again, it's starting to make sense, right? So we don't know if there's an open criminal investigation, but it sounds like the Department of Homeland Security has not given up on these allegations. It sounds like they're still being pursued by Tyrone Blackburn, although now he's moving at a much quieter pace, okay? He recorded that call. Like I said, for me, Tyrone Blackburn did not do a service to these victims and did not do well by these victims. The other side to this too that I want to make very clear. Why is it that the all red lady, okay, and what is her name? I don't want to call her the all red lady. Lisa Bloom was one of the attorneys that was representing, who's Gloria Allred's daughter, was representing an alleged victim, okay? And when I was looking into this, we found that Sabrina Peterson was actually the one collecting victims from this Instagram right here. And if you guys remember, just to refresh everybody's memory, this website also, especially this little video right here on the bottom right here, it implicated Nelly into the situation as well. So there's multiple people that are being implicated right now. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Let me see if I can play that video, and let's go.
Women who have been victimized deserve to be heard. Women, black women in particular, should be supported, protected, defended, and uplifted.
Jane Doe 1. Date of incident, summer 2006. Location of incident, Atlanta, Georgia. In 2006, she was a 17-year-old senior at Tri-City High School. She began interning for T.I. and Tiny at their Atlanta studio. She was vaginally and anally raped by T.I. after being given alcohol and drugs by Tiny.
So you guys know the music in the back is so loud, right? Like the piano, it's really loud. These are stories um, that this IG page was alleging was from victims. Okay, so just, and I had shown this before. This is under fair use, copyright of 1976. We're providing commentary for educational purposes. I've had two playlists with Sabrina Peterson and then another one with Tiny and Ti. If you guys are wanting to binge on something, I suggest you guys go watch those, and you guys will see exactly what I'm talking about. But in this particular little IG page, they say Nelly's name, and then from there on out, a lot of people were picking up Nelly's name as someone alleging that Nelly did something. We have no criminal charges at this point. Homeland Security could very well be investigating at this point. Tyrone Blackburn, I've already told you guys how I feel about him. Lisa Bloom has not spoken about whether she still represents or doesn't represent an alleged victim from the Tiny and Ti camp. A lot of this is coming back to me now, memory wise, because I did such a deep dive into this, and it's a huge rabbit hole. What do you guys think? Shout out to MC Shakie. Make sure you guys check out his Cash App. Check out his channel. Provide him some support and love because he's going through some times right now, and I think it's important to show him some love and support him. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are in the comments. I don't know if you. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. Do you guys think that Tiny and Ti got away with something? Do you guys think that there's a lot of corruption going on in Georgia? That the district attorney owes us anything? Like anybody? I'm kind of curious to know what you all think. All right, guys, rabbits out.